Hi, welcome to Edsyclopedia, the Education Systems Wiki. This Getting Started video guide will walk you through the basics of using the Media Wiki format, including creating and editing pages, so you'll be ready to start contributing today. The Edsyclopedia is a stable, cumulative, collaborative wiki for synthesizing research on education systems. Articles on any topic related to education systems are welcomed and encouraged. Let's get started. This first video will cover the basics of editing the Edsyclopedia. This video will go over the visual versus the source editor, adding content, and completing citations. Let's start with how to edit a page. Once you navigate to any page on the Edsyclopedia, you'll see a box that says Edit in the upper right-hand corner. When you click this, the editor will load, and you can begin contributing. As you can see, the visual editor has loaded, and it basically looks as if I'm editing a Word document. There are two options to edit pages. You can use the visual editor, as seen here, or the source editor. To switch to the source editor, click the pencil in the upper right-hand corner and select Source Editing. In general, the visual editor is a bit more user-friendly, as you can probably now tell. At times, this source editor might be useful, but for this Getting Started guide, we will focus on using the visual editor, since the visual editor allows you to do basically any function you wish to do on the Edsyclopedia. To switch back to the visual editor, you just click the pencil and go back to visual editing. From the visual editor, you can add headings, subheadings, text, images, links, basically everything that you see on the Edsyclopedia. Any headings and subheadings will appear in the content box at the top of the page once you save your changes. I'll show you that after we save our changes. But let's say I want to add a new subheading about my own country's learning crisis to contribute to the information that already exists on this article. So if we go down to the severity of the learning crisis heading, we see that there are subheadings for different countries. So I am going to add some information about a article that I recently read about my own country. So I will change my format to subheading 1 to match the other country names. Type in my country, the United States, and then I will add my bullet point of information. So I recently read that white students score an average of 1.5 to 2 grade levels higher than black students in the average district. So I can add that information, and anytime you add information, you should make sure to use citations. So to add a citation, you just click the Cite button. Really easy. If you haven't added the citation yet, then you're going to go ahead and click Basic. And our citations don't have to be perfect. They don't have to be MLA or APA. They just need to make sure that anyone who is using the Edsyclopedia can find your sources. So I'm pretty lucky here in that the paper that I was using already has a suggested citation, so I can just go ahead and copy that citation there. And then it's also really great to add a link if possible. So I will just copy the link and paste it in. This already identified, the Edsyclopedia already identified that this was an external link. If that doesn't happen, it's really easy to add a link. You just highlight the text. Here, I'll get rid of this link and show you how to do it. So you just highlight the text of the link you want to add, click the link button, and then you see it kind of already did it automatically again, but if it's not doing it automatically again, you just copy and paste that link and click Done, and you should be able to see that link. And then you just click Insert, and now you have your citation. If you use multiple pieces of information from the same source, you can quickly cite it by using the Cite Reuse, and then you can either search, so I can search for Reardon, or you can just scroll down and click and find the citation that you already used. To get rid of a citation, you just backspace to delete it. Once you're done adding any new information, you can go ahead and just click Save Changes in the upper right-hand corner. And then here you're going to give a brief summary of what you added, and then you just go ahead and click Save Changes. So I will summarize added information on US. And then you go ahead and click Save Changes. This happens sometimes. So sometimes you might get asked to solve a simple math problem just to make sure you're not a robot. So we just solve our simple math problem, 57, and then we can click Save Changes. Also, if you make a minor edit, such as adding a link or just solving a typo, then you can check this minor edit box and you don't need to add a summary. And that way people know it was just a really simple edit. But that wasn't really a minor edit, so I will go ahead and click Save Changes. And now you can see that our information on the United States is on the Learning Crisis page. And just like I said, I'd go back to show you, any heading, like I said, is going to be listed as a main section on the contents, and any subheading 1 is going to be indented. So as you can see, if we go down and click Severity of the Learning Crisis, it'll bring us to the heading, and then we can see the individual countries, which are the subheadings. And you can also even click on the subheading and it'll bring you right there as well. So that's a pretty cool function. Now that you know the basics of editing the Edsyclopedia, head over to video number 2 for some more advanced topics.